Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Laura of Laura Plans It, and today I am unboxing the October cloth and paper subscription box. Alright, so for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. This is the cloth and paper subscription box. I get this in the A5 size. I can't recall if I kept the Penspiration subscription or if I switched back. I think this one does have the pens in it. I love the pens that she sends every month. I don't need them though. So I'm finding that, especially with the holidays coming up and trying to budget a little bit better, I think this box still has them. I think next box is the one, maybe I got rid of them. I can't recall. Anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. I'm gonna take everything out and lay it out here. When I'm done, I will walk you through bit by bit everything that's inside. So here's everything that came in the October box. Now this one I am really excited for. I just got this yesterday and I get them pretty fast because I live in Virginia and Cloth and Paper is based out of Richmond. So I'm really excited to share this all with you guys. I haven't seen any spoilers at all, so I'm really proud of myself for that. I've been really good at avoiding spoilers lately, which I'm usually terrible. Like I usually search them out. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing on the list, and I'm gonna go through they have a little insert card that says what's inside. So I'm gonna go down the entire list of everything that's here. So I'm gonna start with item 1, which is this 7x10 undated monthly desk pad. And this is really, really cool. So let's see, it's got a ton of pages. I mean, this will last you, gosh, a couple years maybe, if you use it once a month. It has an undated monthly layout here. It's a Sunday start. There's this month, priorities and to-do, which is very similar to the monthly spreads that we see in the December inserts here, which I'll go over in a minute. You can see there's usually, see this one's a little bit different. Maybe it's the ones that I have from 2019, but there's usually a section for priorities and to-do. But I love that this is very simple. It's on the same paper that you get the inserts for your planner are on, so it's a really nice paper. I love the rounded corners. I think that's really nice. And I could see this being very functional for a lot of people. I could easily jot down my entire monthly schedule here and hand it to my mom if she's coming up to watch the kids. I can write down a monthly schedule and give it to my husband to take to work. I can do a monthly schedule for me, my 2 children, so that they kind of all have their own copies of what's going on with them for the month. This can be used in a number of different ways. I could really see this being very, very useful. So that's a really cool insert or like thing to include in the subscription box. And this, like I said, this is a huge planner. Or it's not a planner, I guess, it's a desk pad, but there's a lot of pages in here. So you could use this multiple times a month. You can use it once a month for a long time. I think I saw somebody online mention that they had gotten the notepad and their husband took it. It's like, you could split this in half and like share it. And there'd still be plenty of pages for you guys to make it through a long amount of time. So that is really cool. I absolutely love that. Okay, the next thing on the list, I actually was so excited when I saw this in the box. This is a reading log. And I have some digital ones that I had bought off of Etsy and I printed out. I'm not a humongous fan of them. They're fine, they work great. But I'd rather have somebody just print it for me, to be quite honest with you, as terrible as it sounds. So here's the reading log. It has title, author, date, progress, date, progress. So you can add up and write down every day or however long you've read. You can update your progress, and then you can review it, and there's even a spot up here for, there's circles, but I mean for your rating. So you can rate it 1 through 5. The only thing I don't care for on these is the big black bar on the side. I think that it takes away from that minimal feel that cloth and paper typically has. And to me, I saw this and I actually thought this was like a packaging piece similar to this style of packaging. So I'm not a huge fan of that bar on the side. But that is such a minor detail that I don't think I'm going to care. I just love the fact that I have a reading log. And especially in the winter times, I do a lot more reading because we're not going anywhere. So this is really cool, and I'm really excited to add this into my planner system. Okay, so as we've seen in the past few boxes, we have the updated 2021 design for the vertical inserts, or 2021 stuff. Yeah, 2021 design for the vertical inserts. Now these ones are for December. So last month we got November, the month before that was October, and the month before that was August and September. So this will cover, I'll just flip through it really quickly. We've got our to-do list, goals, important dates, bills due. There's a monthly spread with holidays written on it. And then, and just a couple holidays. It looks like it's just Christmas and New Year. So Hanukkah's not on here, Kwanzaa's not on here. I know there's a couple other holidays in December I'm blanking on right now, but it's just Christmas and New Year's is on there. And then we've got our actual weeks here. So this is the vertical, it's lined pages here. Let me bring that up a little bit closer for you. There's lined pages and it is dated. And there is a mini calendar on the other side of it every week as well, plus your weekly priorities. So there's that. And I love that these are included every month. I think that's such a nice way of not only sharing what the new design and layout looks like, but for me, I didn't have these inserts yet, so I've been able to play with them and test them out and see if that's a style that I like prior to purchasing them for the full year of 2021. So that's really cool. Okay, we have a couple dashboards. The first one is this one. It says old ways won't open new doors. And it's printed on this like textured linen, not linen, but it's like an ivory color with speckled textures on it. And it's a very like autumn feeling dashboard. I'm not sure this is one that particularly fits my style, but it is really beautiful. The next one we have is called a balanced dashboard. And the description says, sometimes it's hard keeping it all together. Remember to keep balanced while juggling all your tasks, lists, and plans. And this is a thick, clear dashboard. You can see it's got a packaging around it to keep it from scratching. Again, not really a style that I love, but I don't hate it. I do, however, love how it lines up with the doors. So it kind of almost looks like you put something inside the doorway. So that's kind of neat looking. And then we have the December monthly one. So this has been, they've been doing this since I got my first one, which I believe was August. So I have August through December of 2020. It's a frosted vellum cover, and it's got a quote on it from Stephen King. It says, "Amateurs sit and wait for inspiration. The rest of us just get up and go to work." So that's a really cool quote. Actually, I really like that. And then we have a digital declutter dashboard, which this is printed on a vellum as well, but it seems to be much thinner than like the frosted December cover. This one's a little bit thicker. And this one is really neat. So it's got daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly digital decluttering steps for you. And I think this is a really great idea because I know I personally just don't do as much as I need to, and then I can't find my files, or things get lost, or I don't remember my passwords for things. So this would be just a great reminder to keep in my planner more frequently. And for me, this is the kind of dashboard that I really love because it is super functional. So I could see myself utilizing that one quite frequently. All right, so something that really grabbed my eye when I opened this Amalfi Coast. There's square flags and transparent circles. And I mean, can we talk about a more perfect color for me, guys? Because I can't think of one. So these are 1.25 inch squares. So 1¼ inch squares. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're meant to fit on the A5 inserts, but I really can't recall exactly where they fit, but these are transparent, and they are just like super light blue. Let's see how they look on the actual A5 calendar here. And I'm sorry, that's crooked, but there you go. So that's what that looks like on the actual A5 calendar. It's almost an exact fit. It might be an exact fit if I was laying it down neatly. But I love that just like pastel blue. It's very light. I think this is a really great color for this time of year. And I know that it says Amalfi Coast. It's much more coastal tropical with the name. But that light frosted blue really reminds me of like winter and snow. And I think that that's just a really pretty color for right now, especially if you want to do like a winter spread or winter theme. We also have the circle notes. Now I know these are a big favorite amongst cloth and paper fans. And these ones here, they're big. you can see, I think they're 2.75 inches in diameter. They're transparent as well. And with these transparent ones, you do need a special pen to write in them. So I use a micro perm. You can use a Sharpie permanent marker. And I think Cloth and Paper recommends the Uni Pin pen, Pinpen. But I don't particularly have that one, so I've never tested it out. I've only used the Sharpies and the micro perms. So these are such beautiful colors. As soon as I opened up my box, I just like was in shock because I had seen the name Amalfi Coast and I just assumed, to be quite honest with you, that it was another like neutral color, like a sandy beach color. And it's this beautiful, beautiful like light sky teal color. So that's gorgeous. All right, then we have the journaling cards here. So I'm gonna go ahead and open these up and share what these are. It looks like there should be 4 of them in here. So we have a December frosted clear one that has the calendar for December of 2020. The next one we have here is May Your Streets Be Paved with Gold. And it's just kind of I don't really know how you would describe this one. It's like a quote card. It's really thick, business card thickness. It's really nice though. There's a square one. It says make it simple but significant. And then there's the December matte card, and this one is one where it's got the calendar as well. It's matte paper, like a cardstock. It's thicker. You can write on it. You can write your priorities for the month. And this one can move week by week with you. So for example, let me just open this up here. If you've got the same priorities or you're tracking your vacations, what have you, you can just put this with a paper clip right over the top here for your weekly spreads. And it really doesn't cover anything critical on any of the other days. It's a little bit bigger. You can trim it down if you want to. But I like these for tracking like days off and things like that. You can use the dot stickers from Cloth and Paper, mark things off on here, and then just transfer it week by week. So that is it for what's inside the actual kit. There's also these like 8.5 by 11 style cardstock quotes that have been coming each month. I've only gotten 3 of these and I'm not entirely sure. They're not written on the list. They're not part of the actual subscription, like what's included, but they're really cool. This one says, the more you love your decisions, the less you have to convince other people to love them. And I think that is, I love motivational quotes as it is. I think that's really a powerful one. And I just love that these types of things keep coming in my box as well. So now that we've gone through all of that, oops, I just knocked all my journaling cards underneath here. So I'm gonna kind of put this stuff up here for a second. The next thing I have here are the Penspiration pens. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and, let's open this up. The Penspiration inspiration board is right here. So they send this out every month with the pens. And then on the back is a little test sheet. Now, from what I understand, and I'm still trying to learn more about how this part of the subscription works, not everybody gets the same pens every month. For the most part, there are some that everybody get, and then there are like some random ones, which is why I think last month I had the Penspiration subscription, and I even mentioned in my video I didn't know the names of any of the pens. So I'm not gonna know the name of any of them, so I'm just gonna write pen test this week and see how I like them all. This is a bright hot pink pen. It is a gel pen, I think clearly, and I can't, it's a 0.5, and that's pretty much all I can tell you about that one. This one's really cute. I like the like teal clicky pen, and it matches that Amalfi Coast pretty nicely. Go ahead and take that protective layer off. And this is like super fine point. It says it's 0.5, but it looks skinnier than that. It doesn't write skinnier than that. Ooh, sorry for my terrible handwriting. I am just awful at talking and writing at the same time, but I want to test all of them. This one is a 0.5 as well. I think all the pens that I've gotten so far have been 0.5s. I do not care for this one at all. I can feel it scratching as I'm trying to write. I don't like that. That's not smooth. The other two are just fine. Here's another one. I'm wondering if this is actually green, because that would be really cool. It's 0.5 as well. If this one writes smoothly, that'd be really neat for like holiday cards. It's okay. It's not as smooth as these two, or nearly as smooth as my Villa Beautifuls, honestly. And then I'm going to assume this is a 0.5 as well. Yep, there it is. And let's see how this one writes. It's okay. So these 3 are okay. These 2 write really smoothly and beautifully. I like the way they feel. And here is how they wrote, and I'm really sorry for my terrible handwriting, but it looks like they all write just fine. So the pens this month, I'm not as big a fan of them this month as I was the last 2 months, to be honest with you. Those last 3 that I opened, particularly the green and that like tannish brown color, just don't really feel smooth when I write. They almost feel like they're scratching. So I would not recommend those ones. The teal click pen and that bright pink pen though wrote very well, and I don't mind them at all. I just don't know that I would use them. Again, I love my Villa Beautiful pens, so I typically use those. I do love the idea of having a darker green pen for my holiday cards though, so that's kind of cool. So this is everything that was in the October box this month. I'm not as wowed as I was with the last 2 boxes, and I think primarily that's because I'm not really thrilled with the pens. And the dashboards just aren't quite my style. I am, however, like in love with the Amalfi Coast transparent circles and flags. I really, really hope, and I haven't looked at their website, but I'm really hoping that they come out with the circle dots to match these, because I could use this color almost exclusively in my planner every month and be so happy. So I hope that you like this unboxing video. If you do, go ahead and hit that like button. If you'd like to see more unboxing videos of the cloth and paper subscription and other planner subscriptions that I use, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to tap that bell. That turns on notifications so you're always alerted when a new video comes out. Everything you saw today will be linked in the description below, so don't forget to click those links. And as always, for behind the scenes sneak peeks and what I'm doing right now, head on over to my Instagram @LauraPlansIt. Thanks so much for watching.